to Soul Symbols. My name is Shelley. I'm a writer, an astrologer, and a card reader, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel. Happy Saturday. It is the weekly energy card reading. Every Saturday I post a video that you, the viewer, get to choose from one of 3 tarot card decks, and I will go ahead and do a quick spread to see what the general energies will be for the next 7 days. It does not have to be the week in question in order for the messages to resonate. It can really be any time. If you're drawn to the video, please feel free to check it out because there may be some messages contained for you. Now, today I am, it's a kind of a special reading because this weekend is both Father's Day and it is also a national day. It is National Music Day. And to celebrate the day, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add to our reading, in addition to you choosing a deck, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull the music oracle cards. And I'm actually really excited. This is an oracle deck, and I actually made the bag. I went to the craft store and I got special material. If you follow my channel, you know that I like to sew my own card bags, so I was really excited about this one. I was over the moon that I actually found material that had music notes on it. And what it is this is a card deck that I found. I actually bought 2 of them from the same maker. One of them is music, and it actually shows the name of a musician, and then it gives kind of 3 keywords. And it's a really beautiful deck, and I also have a fashion deck that's made by the same maker. So in addition to the card read, I'm going to go ahead and pull an oracle card from that deck. Now, I just want to let you guys know, I am so grateful. I have a wonderful 70 subscribers. I always knew that when I started this channel, I wanted it to grow very organically, and I am so grateful for every single one of my subscribers. And I just wanted to say I am so grateful for your support. My weekly readings get a lot of views, and I think it's because I really am reading from the heart. I'm not afraid to be weird, and you guys accept me for my weird, and I so appreciate that. So if I ever get long-winded, or if there's anything that you wanted to give me feedback about, but I think that, you know, when you find a reader that you really drive with, and when you find watchers that have such positive energy the way that you do, it really is my privilege to read for you, and I'm so grateful that you follow my channel. So I wanted to send out that thank you for you today. Now, today is a little bit weird because this weekend is it is Father's Day, it's National Music Day, and it is a little bit of a sad weekend for me, and I'll share this personally. I lost my dad several years ago, and I always miss him this time of year. I miss him on Father's Day, and I miss him on his birthday, and I miss him every day. But I wanted this to be a special reading, and it's funny, I feel like he speaks to me through music. And it's funny, he was always a big fan of country music, and it really could be any music, but he loved classic rock too. But I catch myself hearing songs. There's actually one song that's been playing on the radio that's by, Chris Rice? And I won't tell you the name because I'm really not even supposed to sing it on YouTube. But again, I'm weird and you guys accept me for that. But, but the lyrics just stick in my head, and it speaks to me. And I think music speaks to people, and I think it's such a positive thing when you read cards and you think in symbols. I think music really speaks in symbols. They speak in lyrics, and I think it's a wonderful thing to celebrate, to go ahead and have that extra addition to our read today. Now, it's interesting. I'm filming this a few days early, and I actually kind of have a half day from work tomorrow, and I could have filmed this tomorrow, but I was really torn. Have you ever seen the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off? And you remember when Cameron is sitting in the car and he goes, I'll go. No, I won't. Yes, I will. And I'm so sorry, guys. I was doing that today. I was really drawn to do a card reading, but then I'm like, I could probably do this tomorrow and upload this tomorrow. But you know what? I'm going to do it tonight because as you can see, I'm all energized and I'm feeling kind of jazzed. So, and it's a music reading, so why not do it tonight? So Thank you for bearing through my rambling. We have 3 decks today, and I'm so excited. The first deck is the Tattoo Tarot, and not to stereotype, but I thought, oh my gosh, okay, what speaks of music? Not that all musicians are tattooed, but I thought, you know, the Tattoo Tarot is just an expression of artisanship, and I thought that was very appropriate given that it's National Music Day on the 21st. And paired with it, we have a volcano rose quartz, which is a really beautiful red quartz that goes very nicely with the cards. The second deck is the Sun and Moon Tarot by Vanessa Decort, and paired with it is an obsidian, which is dragon glass. If you are a fan of Game of Thrones, you'll know exactly what that is. It's a very powerful stone. It's very cleansing. If you have any negativity in your life, it helps wipe that stuff out. Now, the last deck I am super excited about. It is a new deck that I just got a few days ago. It is the Star Seeker Tarot. And I actually did my first deck review on this, and it's posted here on my channel just a few days ago. If you get a chance, you can check it out. I decided to go ahead and pair this deck with the very first stone that I've ever bought for tarot. I bought this stone a long time ago. It is, I'm pretty sure it's an amethyst. I don't think that it's a quartz, but I think it's an amethyst, and it's a sphere. And what I thought was beautiful is that I just got this deck and I'm all over the moon for it. And I paired it with the very first stone I ever bought for tarot. And what was beautiful is that there's one star on the card back. There's one star in the center of the deck. And when I put the stone above it, it kind of makes it look like it's 3 stars. And I'll show a picture of it. It's so amazing. So as you can see, I'm real in the zone. I'm glad I'm doing the reading tonight. But I will go ahead and stop blabbing. I will let you choose from your intuition if you like the stone, if you like the artwork, or if you're drawn to the timestamp or maybe the number of the deck. Whatever intuition is pulling you towards that deck. And I will give you a minute. Please pause the video if you need more time, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, we're back, and we were out of focus. I'm so sorry, guys. I'll be better about that moving forward. So let's go ahead and get started. So we have the Tattoo Tarot with the rose quartz, and this deck is honestly, the artwork is actually done by a tattoo artist. Oh God. See, this is why I was debating whether or not I should do this read while I'm feeling this way, because honestly the energy's riding high, but why not, right? And honestly, do we have any full moons coming up? No. The full moon isn't until like around the 4th of July, and it's going to be like a Cancer Capricorn axis, so oh lordy, I'm going to be feeling that one. I have a lot of Cancer in my chart, including the moon, and my sun is in Libra, so that's a square. But I don't get afraid because, you know, it's all part of me. You can't be afraid of what's part of you, right? All right, so deck number 1, the Tattoo Tarot. What is your energies for the next 7 days? Let's get loose. Let's get real. You see that popped out, right? Okay, middle of the week, please. Ooh, okay, I'm going to go with what's on top. Please clarify. Oh, all right. Didn't take much to clarify that. And then end of the week, please. Okay, this card is sticking out, so I'm drawn to it. Ooh, what a nice way to end the week. And the Queen of Coins wanted to pop out, so that's a pretty nice queen, y'all. That's an established lady. It's an independent woman. That's a queen bee. She got her own money. All right, I warned you that I'd be a little loose for this read, right? But we knew that going in, right? Oh my God, Ella Fitzgerald. Oh, at last. All right, sorry. I am a little loose today. And again, I warned you about that. I was debating, but I think you guys like it when I read a little bit more freely than when I'm more reserved, right? Because the images, the symbols speak to me, right? They speak to you too. And if you ever want to freeze frame or slow down the video, please do that. And feel free to leave a comment as well if there's something that you had questions about or wanted me to elaborate on. Or if there's something that you saw that you think really stood out to you. All right, guys, so at the beginning of the week, you got the Five of Cups, and oh my gosh, guys, I was just talking in the deck review for the Starseeker Tarot. I talked about how there's eyes in the Tattoo Tarot, and I feel like they're looking at me. But here, this eye looks like it's crying, right? It looks like it's crying into the center cup. And there's tears all around this, but what the Five of Cups is really the Five of Cups is a cup of regret. It's a cup of regret. I'm sorry, it's a card of regret. And what it is it's talking about a situation that you wish you had handled differently. So at the beginning of the week, you're going to have some kind of situation on your mind that you wish that you had handled differently. What's the phrase I'm thinking about? Let me take a look at the rest of these cards. You know what? There's a lot of mental energy and a lot of action in the middle of the week. And let me just see. Yeah. I'm getting a feeling as if I am kind of getting the feeling like I'm getting a little bit of an innocent vibe, but you know what it is I am really getting a feeling as if there was a situation that you wish you had handled better. And you're kind of crying over it. And I am seeing some fluctuating energy here, because what it is you start off the week with emotions, you end off the week with emotions, and in the middle you have a lot of mental and action. And you know what that tells me is, I'm really shocked that we're not seeing, we just had a tarot on the Two of Pentacles, and I'm really kind of shocked that we're not seeing like a wave, like either the Two of Swords or the Two of Pentacles, because it's kind of like feeling up and down, right? And we've all had those moments, right? Have you ever had those moments where one minute you're feeling like, woe is me, I'm so wronged, or I screwed up and it's all my fault, or I'm so, I'm the victim in this. And then the next minute, maybe you go out drinking with your friends, or you just watch a TV show that takes you out of your head, and then all of a sudden you're like, I'll be all right, nothing's wrong, I'll get past this, I'm the man, I'm the woman. And then you are right back to the, oh, I wish I can express my feelings. I'm kind of seeing a wave here, and it's not bad, but I do feel like there's kind of ups and downs. So at the beginning of the week, you're kind of feeling it down, and not in a bad way, but you're reflecting on a situation and feeling the loss of it. And again, with the Five of Swords, there's something in the background that really is positive. I also look at the Five of Cups as kind of like a counting your blessings card. Sometimes, and definitely, there are moments in life where you get really blue. You put on what I call the gray colored glasses, where you really think that nothing's going right. You just think everything is gloom and doom, and that you're so wronged, and it's not that you're not justified in feeling that way. Definitely, if you're feeling blue, there's a reason for that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what it's saying is, it's saying that you might not be seeing either that or any loss that occurs in your life. There's a great card in the Journey cards, I think by James Praagh, that talks about how losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. And I know that sounds like I'm blowing sunshine. I know that sounds like one of those trite, well, you're telling me to be positive when everything is crap. But it really is sometimes in life when you're feeling blue, you don't want to see any of the good. You're tied up by your anger, you're tied up by your grief, you're tied up by your depression. And what it does is it really does taint your ability to appreciate what you do have, what's remaining, right? There are 2 cups remaining. So here, I do feel like at the beginning of the week, you're focusing on something that you've lost. You might be reminiscing or feeling like you maybe didn't do enough. And that does come in waves too. Sometimes you could have been in a situation where you tried your hardest, but you still look back at it and think, oh, I could have done more, right? So where you're going to be in the beginning of the week is in that energy. Now, by the middle of the week, you're really going to you're really going to snap out of it. By the middle of the week, you got the Ace of Swords, and then you got the 4 of Wands, which is like reaching a milestone. And then you got the Knave of Swords, which is the Page of Swords. And just for the record, if you notice, he has a little tattoo, and this is so apt with it being the Tattoo Tarot. Sorry, I'm going to cough. Sorry, guys, I've had allergies. And I love the rain, but it gives me a little bit of the sniffles. But on his neck, he has an eye. And then on the 5 of Cups, there's an eye. I think there's a connection there. But you know what I'm feeling? You know what it is I think by the middle of the week, you're going to be kind of down in the dumps. You're going to be thinking, well, why didn't I try more? It was all my fault. I did something wrong. By the middle of the week, I think you're going to see something in social media, or, maybe you'll get a text message or some kind of virtual message that's going to completely annihilate all the feelings that you were feeling in the beginning. Like, you're going to start off the week feeling like, oh my God, this is so wrong. I'm feeling so blue. And then you're going to get some kind of text message or something right in the middle of the week that's just going to completely wipe out. Ooh, as I throw that across the table. I'm so sorry, guys. Like I told you, I was debating whether or not I should do this read. You're going to see some kind of, and I'm getting it like a message. The pages, I've kind of come to this epiphany with the pages. A page is really kind of like that child. Have you ever seen movies where you have a child who's the messenger? Like, I'm sorry, one example that I think of is Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves with Kevin Costner. You know how there's that young kid, he's the son of Little John, and he runs up and he's like, did you kill that deer, boy? And he's like, yeah, I've killed loads of them. The page is someone who runs up, delivers the message, and then with a smirk, he just runs off, right? If you've ever seen, what is it? A Christmas story, not a Christmas story, A Christmas Carol. By Charles Dickens. You know how when Ebenezer Scrooge, I can't talk today, sorry guys, Ebenezer Scrooge, he throws money to the boy to go get the goose, right? Pages are like that. You throw the coin and they run and deliver the message, and then they do what you tell them to do and they come back, or they go back to whatever they were doing before. They're novices. They're messengers. They're very direct messengers. They say what's on their mind. They're very kind of blunt with it. And the Knave of Swords in particular, he's the Page of Swords. So it's like TikTok. It's like Vine. It's like the 7-minute video that stimulates your short-term attention span. And there's something that's in that kind of restricted airspace that's brief, to the point, that is going to give you some serious hope. It's going to make you feel like all of this, it's going from a 5 to a 4. You are feeling really blue, like there's no hope, like all is lost, and then all of a sudden you're going to see something that opens up your perception, and it culminates with the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is a breakthrough. The Ace of Swords is that it's that beginning thought. It's like an idea. It's like something that's going to really take you through. It is a whole new perspective on life. And I know that's kind of some really outrageous energy. I know I get real animated about this, but this is very similar to last week. Last week, the middle deck was the slow tarot, and it was very air laden as well. And I think it culminated with the Ace of Swords as well. But basically, the other thing is with the cups being the kind of bookends of this week, kind of beginning and ending, and it's the knight. It's not even the page. It's the knight. Oh. Okay, we're about to get to that. He is Mr. Lover Lover. I think that, you know what? If I had to call it, and with some Ella Fitzgerald in the frickin' mix, because she is all about love. She's about lost love being vindicated. I think that you are blue over someone. I think you thought someone that you're not in communication with, because the knave and the ace are very nubile. They're new. They're breaking ground. This is not someone that you've had a lot of communication with. The beginning of the week, you thought something was over and done, and you were mourning over some kind of emotional loss. And by the middle of the week, you're going to see something on social media that's going to show that what you think him is not what you think him is. And all of a sudden, you're going to be like, your brain is going to explode with that, oh yeah. And it's going to be something little. You know what it is? It's something little that you see through social media is going to give you some kind of epiphany that what you thought was a loss is not a loss, and it's actually an opportunity to create some kind of... The Four of Wands is a graduation. You know what it is I think that you thought some kind of opportunity that was going to lead to some kind of milestone was lost emotionally, and then you're going to see something in social media that shows that you still have a chance, and you are going to be completely jazzed up and completely cranked up to get that milestone with a whole new mental enthusiasm. The other thing is that you're doing this on the mental scale. This is like, okay, now that I know this person or whatever's going on is not what I think it is, how do I chat him? How do I get to him? How do I email him? How do I, do I Skype you? And especially with the times being as they are, with world events, you're going to be thinking on the digital scale, but that diamond is sparkling, and it has roses. It has 2 roses. You're just going to be all excited that some kind of new mental... Something's going to open up your mind where you don't feel emotionally blocked anymore. And by the end of the week, you have a really beautiful card. And again, you can be a man or a woman in this energy. By the end of the week, with all of that mental forethought, you're going to be ready to bring your cup of love to someone. You're going to be like, okay, again, at the beginning of the week, you were heartbroken and not even seeing any opportunities. Now, the other thing that this can be is that maybe you were mourning over something that was lost, and now you're actually, by the end of the week, you're turning around to actually pursue the 2 cups that are remaining. But I am getting more of a feeling like the 2 fallen over cups, the 3 cups that had fallen over, there's something that's revealed. And I think it's information. It's information, and it's digital information. It's something that's given to you via email, via something that you see online, or it could possibly be something around the water cooler. If you are asking friends, or if you're in the same social circle, it can be something verbal as well. It can be something that comes up. Maybe someone sees someone else's social media and being like, no, they're single, And then you're like, oh, okay, they're single. Let me come racing in with my cup. Now, oh my gosh, I love me some Ella. Oh, I'm hearing at last. But what it says is, you are your own best teacher. Nothing is more hard won than innocence, and intuition beats experience. And wow, guys, with the cups here, you are your own best teacher. I think it is also telling you to trust your own instincts. Maybe you shouldn't believe everything you see. Also, with this much air energy, this could be, you watching the news. I know there's been a lot of sad things going on in the news, and sometimes you just have to unplug. You have to stop watching what's on social media, what's on the television, in order to kind of ground yourself emotionally. But nothing is more hard won than innocence. I think that's really such a profound statement. And yesterday was Freedom Day, and I just think that's so beautiful for that quote to come from Ella Fitzgerald. She is a beautiful woman and a very iconic musician, and all of her songs always just stir my soul. But intuition beats experience. So I do think that she's telling you in two of these quotes, she's talking about trusting yourself. She's talking about trusting yourself. Don't trust others as much as you love your family, as much as you love your friends. It's your inner gut intuition that's going to lead you in the right direction. Everyone else are guides, right? It isn't that the other people in your life aren't important. They will help you direct, they'll help lead you on your path, but where you go on your destiny is your choice, right? And it's based on your gut intuition. And nothing is more hard won than innocence. And that just basically means don't lose yourself. Don't become hard because of your circumstances. And the fact that you start the week with the 5 of Cups and you end it with the Knight of Cups, that really tells me that maybe you were starting to mourn something, and then you saw something that gave you it just turned you around like 180, and then all of a sudden you're ready to love again. And whether that's the other thing is, there's a duality there. This new cup that you're offering can be part of the 2 cups that you are turning to, or it can be part of the 3 cups that you're trying to restore. But by the end of the week, you are in a very loving energy. I also feel that you're in a very vulnerable energy, but you're very strong with it. The other thing is that the Knight doesn't normally have something popping out of his cup, but in this deck you have a bird, and you think of a songbird, right? With the words and the it being National Music Day. You know what? I also feel like with this pile, I think music really does speak to you. I think earlier, I was talking to you about how I was listening to the radio, and I have about 5 songs that keep popping up in my head, like the lyrics keep playing, and I'm like, oh gosh, and I know exactly what situation I'm thinking about, and what, the lyrics just kind of direct me. Maybe that's doing that for you this week too. Maybe you feel like you're finding a lot of guidance in music, and you really do need to follow that. Just follow your innocence, whatever makes you feel like altruistically yourself, what makes you feel, and even if that makes you feel young, this is a knave and this is a knight, so those are not, that's a young adult energy. You don't have to follow what you feel in your very kind of organic inner heart of hearts. But I hope that makes sense, guys, and I hope you have a great week. That's a really beautiful read. I'm really excited for that. Okay, so we'll go ahead. Deck number 2, we have the Obsidian, which is the Dragon Glass. And we have the Sun and Moon Tarot by Vanessa Decort. I am going to go ahead and give our deck a few more shuffles. I shuffled them very well, but I want to go ahead and just make sure they're very well shuffled. And then I will be pulling a oracle card from the music deck, and all of the names and authors of the decks are listed in the description box below. So what kind of week are you going to have? Deck number 2. Oh, that flipped right over. Oh, the Queen of Wands. Middle of the week. Thank you. And end of the week, please. Wow, that came right out. We didn't even have to fight for it. Okay, and the Hierophant is kind of popping out. And let's see, what's your music card? Let us see. Can you see? Okay. Oh, wow. Edith Piaf. Wow. I'll have to look this up because it is, I believe that's in another language, and I will look that up to see what the meaning is, and I'll put it up on the screen. But wow, guys, oh gosh. You have some very fun, you have another bookend reading. Like the last deck you had water on either end, and here you have fire on either end. So I kind of call that bookends. And this is some badass energy if I'm allowed to say that on Facebook. On YouTube. Sorry guys, I warned you early that I had a long day at work. I work 9 to 5, and actually tomorrow we get off a little bit early, and I debated whether or not I would film this tomorrow when I had the hiatus. But I decided to go ahead and film it tonight, and because I'm feeling kind of quirky energy. So, but the beginning of the week, you got the Queen of Wands. And oh my gosh, guys, I really do love this deck. She's very feisty in this deck. You see she's swinging a wand over her head that's flaming, and she's got like the cheetah, and she's wearing like the cheetah underoos. But, and then the knee-high boots. So, wow, guys, I'll just say at the beginning of the week, you are in your energy. You are so in your energy. And we had a tarot on the Queen of Wands not too long ago. I'll say that if you want some elaboration on that energy, please feel free to check out that video, because I'm very proud of that video. I love the Queen of Wands energy because she's vivacious. I always say that it's that made you look energy. When she walks in the room, everyone has to stop and stare. And the other thing is that I get is that if you have been kind of in a shrinking violet kind of mood, she really encourages you to be you, right? She encourages you to be different, to do you, right? To shine on. And I think at the beginning of the week, you're really going to be in that energy. With her swinging that wand, and with the cheetah looking like, that cheetah looks like she's your pet cat, right? I think you're really going to be in your own energy very effortlessly in the beginning of the week. I think you're going to be doing your thing. You're going to be swinging your stick. And, the other thing that I get is that there's a lot of celestial kind of background there. There's a lot of stars. That kind of speaks of social media. Maybe you're really shining bright on if you have a YouTube channel or a TikTok, or maybe you have maybe you post a lot of positive or kind of encouraging things on Snapchat, or maybe even Facebook. I know that's kind of antiquated now, but whatever you're doing, I think you're really encouraging people. I also really feel like you're kind of in your zone. I really feel like you're making great strides. I think you're gaining a lot of followers. People are seeing you in a very positive light. I think people are seeing you in a dynamic light. Like, people are looking at you like, that girl is it, right? The it girl. Wow, she's beautiful, she's positive, she's living her best life, she's got it together, she's funny, she's posting all these really encouraging kind of things. I just think you're in that energy in the beginning of the week, and oh my gosh, look, can I just say, rock on with your bad self, because that's awesome. And again, you don't have to be a woman to be exhibiting that energy. If you're a man, maybe your girl is kind of in this energy, and you're kind of like, damn, that's my girl, right? You might be feeling kind of proud. But if you are a man and this is your energy, maybe you're just feeling really dynamic. You're feeling really feminine. The other thing is that the Queen of Wands is again, being a queen, she's a very nurturing person. Maybe if you're a mom, and you can be a mom and be like that, you don't have to necessarily you don't have to necessarily be wearing the leopard print skirt, but maybe you're doing a lot. I always see the Queen of Wands as the very exciting mom. Like she's always the one who's doing really fun, crafty stuff with her kids. Like life is always an adventure with a Queen of Wands mom. So maybe that's what you're doing. Maybe you're taking your kids maybe you're taking out the telescope and looking at the stars. Maybe you got, and it being summertime, maybe you're going out for a campfire or something at the beginning of the week. Just something really fun. And I think that's definitely your energy. Now, the middle of the week, you got kind of more calm energy. When I see kind of the middle of the week, I do kind of think of the Wednesday hump. I do kind of get the feeling like maybe you're back to work or you're kind of doing stuff, but you got the Four of Swords. And this Four of Swords is actually a really beautiful imagery here. You see someone who's kind of pulling away from their troubles. So just because you have all this fire energy, the one thing about the Queen of Wands that I always say is that so many people look at you and they think that you have no problems because you do things so seamlessly. They're like, wow, she's just the bomb. Like it's almost like that celebrity idolization that comes. You think that because you're beautiful, because everything, because you look like everything comes easy for you, that you have no troubles, like you never have any problems. You really do have problems, but what it is that you rise above them, and you do it in a very spiritual and dynamic kind of, that Queen of Wands way. And by the middle of the week, I do think that you're doing that. It isn't that you're ignoring your problems, not at all. But the Four of Swords is I think, is a very therapeutic energy, because it even says truce, right? It's talking about letting go of control of things that you have no control over, right? Maybe there's stuff going on in your life that really is starting to worry you. There's problems that you do need to address. Now, sometimes, and especially with this much fire energy, it can be you a little bit pushing the problems off to the side. In this context, I don't think that's a bad thing. I do think that it's problems that you really can't address right now, and even if you tried, you wouldn't make any leeway with. There are times that, and believe me, I kind of work in tech, and I know this sounds like a strange analogy, but have you ever had that tech problem where, the Wi-Fi isn't syncing up, or like right now my printer isn't working, and I've tried for days. And there are some moments where it's like, okay, I'm just beating my head against a brick wall, right? And especially when you have this much fire energy where you're willing to give it the sporting try, right? By the middle of the week, you're like, okay, I'm going to step away from this for a while because I've been trying and trying and trying, and I'm not getting anywhere, and all it's doing is pissing me off. And there's kind of a mental maturity and knowing that, okay, I just need to back away from this problem. The problem will still be there when I come back. It's not going anywhere, but I'm not getting any headway with it. So why am I going to bother, fighting it if it's not going anywhere? So there's some kind of situation where you have barrels of energy. But I do think that there's some area in your life where you're kind of giving it a truce. Like you're not putting, out of all of this energy, you're kind of refraining from putting any energy in this area, and it feels more mental. Possibly it could be related to world events, like, the pandemic is I won't say that it's wrapping up. I do think that we're kind of at the 3/4 mark. I don't think we're at the end. But I think what you're doing is you're saying, okay, I'm making the best of things. Whatever I can't control, I know it's on the back burner of my mind right now. It hasn't gone away. I know I'm going to have to deal with it. But right now, I'm not going to let it weigh me down. And I feel like by the middle of the week, it's like a nice meditative kind of reprieve. And then by the end of the week, you've got this really glorious, you got the Ace of Wands. And look at how fiery that card is. It is. And you look at it and you look at the wand in her hand. It's almost like you're getting your second wind by the end of the week. The other thing is that I feel like you're going to be starting something full force. Like it's going to be like flame on. Like you're going to be ready to start again. So I do think that you do have troubles on your mind. Maybe you're kind of alleviating some of your mental stress by doing creative things. That's the other thing, is that maybe you're doing crafts, or maybe you're spending more time with your kids. And then by the end of the week, you're really going to have an opportunity to start something brand new and go towards that endeavor full force. Now, but there is some kind of there's some kind of mental conundrum that I think is still on the back burner that you need to get to, that you haven't really addressed. But I also get the feeling like it's not the right time to address it. That's what I keep hearing. It's not the right time. And the other thing about it is, you have all this energy. The amazing thing is that you're a real firecracker too. You know, it's crazy when you're ready to go for something. It's nothing holds you back. It's like, you know, like a race car. But by the middle of the week, you're showing this amazing kind of resistance. It's almost like a meditative kind of, you know, pause, and then you start again. Now the music card that you got Edith Path, if I'm saying that right, Path. And then the first thing says no regret, Ren, which I think it means no regrets, but I'll go ahead and put it up on the screen so I'm not misquoting it. And then the second quote is, live with every fiber of your being and weaponize your flaws. Oh my gosh, guys, weaponize your flaws. That's something the Queen of Wands would say. And you look at how much red is in the background here. I do think I've never seen her astrological chart, but I do think that, wow, she must be an Aries woman. But live with every fiber of your being. That is such a Queen of Wands slogan, you know. So I do think that it's telling you, I think this week you're really gonna feel in your own energy. I'm also getting an individualism with this. I feel like you're really gonna be yourself, right? And the other thing is that I really get the feeling that you're not gonna give a crap what anybody else thinks of that either. You're gonna be you. If leopard print isn't in, you don't give a crap. You're gonna wear it because you like it, with your knee-high leather boots. And I just really think that you're gonna come with that vivaciousness. You're gonna come with that, especially towards the end of the week with the Ace. I think there might be an opportunity to do some kind of new project or something that's really energetic and lets you run forward full force. But there is going to be that pause where it's almost like you're not going to let any fears hold you back. That's the other thing, is that I think there might be some mental apprehensions that you're not going to let, you know, stall you. You're going to go forth with your same vital energy, and in the end of the week, I think you're going to feel real excited. You're going to feel like there's something new, and you're not going to hold back at all. But wow, guys, that's a really positive reading. And again, I'm loving these music cards. I think they're really, really, there's a lot of synchronicities there. Alright guys, last but not least, we have the Star Seeker Tarot, which is my newest deck. I just got this the other day, and paired with it is the very first stone I've ever bought for tarot. It's quite vintage, but I'm almost positive it's an amethyst. It's got like a light purple, and it goes so well with my cards. I also wanted to share, I am wearing a purple ring because, again, I'm jiving with this deck. I'm wearing an amethyst ring, And if you kind of see me wear a short-sleeved shirt, what it is it's my favorite T-shirt. It was gifted to me by my niece a long time ago, and it's like my favorite kind of bum around shirt. Like, it's so comfortable, and it's Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. And again, with this third deck, I'm feeling so purple. I just wanted to show you. I have Eduardo on my shirt, and he says hi. So we got our purple representing for deck 3, and just like the first 2 decks, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pull a music card to go with your reading. So deck number 3, what is your energy for the week? Let's find out. What's the energy for deck number 3 this week? Oh, wow. Okay, let me see. Oh, wow. And then we've got one that flipped here, so I'm going to read these 2 together. This is a little bit of a thicker card deck. The cards do bend, but they have a very good, sturdy cardstock. And if you want more details, if you like the images in this deck, I did do a deck review, which is my first deck review for the channel on this deck, and it's posted right here in the playlist. All right, so middle of the week. What's the middle of the week for you? Ooh, okay. And then end of the week, please. Okay, wow, that really flipped over. Okay, clarification for the 3 of Cups, please. Just one card, please. Okay, I'll go with what's on top. Okay, I am getting a reading here. Okay, can I just note that the High Priestess is kind of popping up, and look at how much purple. Oh my gosh, guys. You know what? I almost feel like this card is kind of speaking, it's telling me how to read it, because you look in the corner and there's like a purple stone. If this will focus. Focus, please. There's like a purple sphere, and then the stone I paired it with, and look at that. She's kind of holding... I don't associate with any cards. I have some signifiers. Like, it's earlier when I was playing around with the deck, I was just trying to get a feel for the musician cards, like how they would play into the read. And I got the card that kind of signifies me, which I associate with the Queen of Swords. But the High Priestess, I feel like... We'll get into this. I'm going to go ahead and leave this out because I think, and I'll tell you what I'm thinking, you know, as we come to it. What it is that I think this energy towards the end of the week is something that is hidden. There's a duality to it. The High Priestess is the guardian of the 5D and the real world. Like, she knows the spiritual underpinnings of lessons, and she also knows how things appear in the real world. Like, she understands both sides of the curtain, so to speak. And I think with this energy being 3 and 6, but we'll get into that. All right, I'll stop blabbing. A lot of New Age stuff. And you got Nina Simone. Oh, wow. Okay, let me just double check. Okay. Here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to leave these cards next to each other because I think this message was pertaining to the High Priestess, and this one is actually the message that goes with your week. All right, guys. So I do love this deck. And again, all the names are and the authors are in the description box below. But let's get into it. The beginning of the week, you've got the 8 of Wands and the Page of Wands. And wow, guys. First off, can I just say that, you know, I picked this sphere. I picked the amethyst sphere. And if you were drawn to it, this sphere is showing up in your reading, because what happens is in this deck, the points of all of the wands are crystals, and look at the center of her chest. There is a purple crystal. So I think there's a meaning here. I think if you were drawn to this pile because of the stone, I think there's something that's very, very powerful here. And what it is the Eight of Wands is, it's movement. It's going towards, there's something very happening at full force. And we had a tarot on the Eight of Wands not too long ago. So if you want to get more information about this energy and you have a minute, please check out that video. But what I love about this deck is that it really looks like most of the time the Eight of Wands are just flying through the sky in synchronous motion. And here the wands are coming out of her chest, and they look like they're coming from her solar plexus, like coming from her core of being. So, and with the Page of Wands underneath, I really get the feeling like you're excited about something. I feel like some kind of project that you almost have like a childlike innocence about. It's really moving forward. Maybe you were deciding to go back to school. Maybe you were looking or applying for some kind of job promotion at your work, and I feel like it is full speed ahead. And at the beginning of the week, I think you're going to get some kind of notification, or you're just going to get something that makes you feel like you are moving forward, like you got the green light, right? You got the green light. And you see this Page of Wands, you see how she's standing on the ledge and she's holding up the wand like, yes, yay, like victory. So something, maybe you get some kind of notification. Now, usually like verbal notifications like emails or text messages are more swords of the sword suit. Excuse me. I've had a lot of allergies. I apologize you guys if I sound a little congested. But the Eight of Wands is really about, I think there's going to be some kind of action. Which is really, I know this sounds crazy because honestly in today's, hashtag hella quarantine, since when does any action occur, right, in this world? Because normally, any action that you see involves, running in and out of the grocery store wearing a mask. But here, what I think is also, I think that's half of the reason that this energy is so refreshing, is that there's something actually happening in the physical world that's making you feel the center of your chest open up. So I do think this is some kind of action that you're taking. Maybe because we are, and I'm not saying that we're out of quarantine yet. I don't think this is over. I think we need to be very careful. But maybe you're starting to feel like things are starting to move again. Maybe this is you making plans. And again, this is the energy at the beginning of the week. Maybe now that things are starting to kind of open up a little bit more, maybe you got some kind of email that says, okay, we're, that thing that you wanted to do, you can do it in August or September. And now you're kind of like, yes, and you're getting excited, right? Like a child. Like we had a tarot on the Page of Wands. It's almost like that anticipation. It's like feeling like you can go to summer camp. Like there's something exciting to wake up early for. That's what you're feeling. So maybe at the beginning of the week you get some kind of notification and you're starting to get excited. Either that, or this could be some kind of action that you took that you're feeling like your plans are in motion now. And it's making you feel happy like a child. Now, by the middle of the week, you got the Eight of Pentacles, right? And the Eight of Pentacles is about working. It's about, I think that, and these are two eights, guys. This is 8 and 8. I think whatever news that you started to get excited about, now by the middle of the week, you're starting to really get serious about it, like serious in a practical way. Maybe it's applying to college for next year, or maybe you're like, okay, this place is opening back up again. Let me go ahead and, get my application ready, and whatever it is, you're preparing, right? You're getting back to the practical work of making sure this happens. So again, I feel like this is, in the beginning of the week, it's some kind of physical action that's just making you feel all excited. This is a lot of excitement, and you're like, oh, woo, it's that woohoo feeling. jumping up and down, like, yes. And by the middle of the week, you're getting down to business where you're like, okay, now in order for this to move forward, let me get all my ducks in a row. This could be money related. Maybe you got approved for something and now you're like, okay, where's the down payment? Let me get all of my stuff ready. And but I do feel like there's an element of perfection here. So I do feel like this might be some kind of artistic endeavor. It could be like college again, but by the middle of the week, it's almost like you're taking all of the real world financial steps to continue this momentum. And then by the end of the week, this is some really interesting energy, because you got the Three of Cups and you got the Six of Swords. And 3 is half of 6, right? Now, the Three of Cups is really that celebration card. It's kind of like that party card. And then the Six of Swords is really about it's like moving on to something different, right? The Six of Swords really does have an energy of, it has a sense of mental resignation. And I really do kind of feel like it kind of feels like you're going away to college. And the reason being is because when you go away to college, first you submit the application and you get all excited that you got accepted, right? It's that real thrill that, maybe this is an award for something, maybe a lot of hard work that you've done. And then all of a sudden there is that period of kind of preparing, like, okay, well, now I have to pay for my room and board. I have to pay tuition. I have to know where I'm going to be staying, how I'm going to be driving, how I'm going to be getting to campus. And by the end of the week, the Three of Cups is really like a celebration. It's almost like getting together with friends and being like, hey, congratulations, you got married. Congratulations, you bought your first house. Congratulations, you got into the college that you wanted. It really is kind of like celebrating that achievement. But the root of it is the Six of Swords. The root of it is moving on to the next stage of things, right? It's moving on to something different. And there is a little bit, every Six of Swords card I've ever seen, the persons are wearing cloaks, right? It's almost like there's a sense of reverence. I'm sorry, I know that's a strange word, but that's what's popping into my head. It's like a sense of ceremony, right? And it is something to be celebrated. Again, you got the Eight of Wands, which is very exciting. You're opening up your soul, like, whoa, yes, everything is going my way, right? And I think by the end of the week, you really are going to be celebrating with family. I know times are still very socially isolated, but the other thing is that I'm kind of getting a feeling, you see how these people are all kind of in a circle and they're an arm's length away from each other? I almost get a feeling as if and when you look at their feet, they're all standing on stones that are a good distance away from each other. So I wonder if you are practicing some kind of social distancing, but you're still celebrating something. The other thing that I can kind of feel is that maybe you're getting together with some friends, and you're kind of feeling like, the beginning of the week, maybe you're celebrating something. The middle of the week might be your typical work kind of Wednesday, getting over the Wednesday hump. And by the end of the week and into the weekend, maybe you really are getting together with friends and you're telling them about some kind of transition. I am getting a transit, like there's a bridge to something else that you are preparing for and you're putting energy towards and you're really excited about. And your friends are there and happy for you, and you're preparing. It's almost like this celebration is in reverence of you achieving this goal and preparing to go in that direction, because you also see that they haven't gone through the door yet, but they can see the door ahead, right? You can see, the other thing is you can kind of see the door ahead, right? There's a distance with both the Page and the Six. Now, Next to the High Priestess, the other thing about the High Priestess is, again, the High Priestess is of two worlds. But she also sees from a distance, like she knows the higher working of things. And next to the High Priestess, we got Nina Simone. And this card really came out as I was kind of focusing on the meaning of the High Priestess. And it says, never trust cures from the system that made you sick. When love is no longer on the menu, don't eat. There is nothing more beautiful than speaking truth to power. So maybe there is something that you're moving away from. Maybe this victory, and again with it being a page and not a knight or a king, maybe there's some kind of victory that you're feeling. Maybe you really are breaking away from something. Because the other thing about the wands is wands are individuality. They're not sheep. They don't follow the crowd, right? They don't follow the status quo. They follow what their heart tells, they follow the direction their heart tells them to go. And so, maybe you are feeling very liberated. Maybe you feel like your life is on course and you're going in a good direction. And I do feel like, as much as you do have a childlike enthusiasm about where you're going, it's almost like you have the best of both worlds. You have a really adult kind of way about approaching your work. Like when it comes down to buckling down and doing the work, you can do it very well. But when you get news, of something exciting, you enjoy it the way a child would. It's almost, and in the beginning of the week, you really are going to have that really kind of happy sense of going someplace better, someplace exciting. And now your energy for the week, this was Nina Simone was the energy for the High Priestess, but your energy for the week, you got Debbie Harry. And how cool is that? From Blondie, right? And it says, fools mistake their flesh for plastic. It's not enough to be beautiful. You need to know how to be beautiful. Stay open to new things and you'll never stagnate. Oh my God, guys, please tell me that these three cards, you got the Eight of Wands, and look at what an individual this person is. Fools mistake their flesh for plastic. You are not a superficial person. You are not. I actually get the feeling like you go in the direction that most people will be like, wow, why is she going that way? Why? Because it makes me happy. And because it's the right path for me, right? You go where you want to go and it makes you happy. And I'll tell you, not to preach at you. I'm not trying to get real preachy with this. But if you look at it, what makes you happy? The source of happiness in life is meaning. Your life having meaning. That is the truth of it. If you any study you look at, any person that you've talked to that's had a long, happy life, it wasn't that they had a lot of money. It wasn't that they had a job that gave them prestige. It was that their simple, happy life gave them a sense of purpose and it had meaning. And that is the secret. And I'm sorry, you believe what you want to believe, but I've read and I've seen, and I truly think that is one of the things in life that makes you happy. If you are searching for happiness, anything that gives your life purpose, gives you a sense of purpose, and gives your life meaning, that will bring you happiness, right? And so it's not enough to be beautiful. You need to know how to be beautiful. And this is the thing that I love about this card, is that this person is not, flesh for plastic. This person is not like a supermodel, but she's beautiful, right? Have you ever noticed the people who are happy or beautiful, the people who don't care about, material kind of expectations or, stigmas when it comes to what is beautiful and what is not? Those persons who just really live. The other thing that I've always noticed is those persons who just have an approachable aura, right? they're just happy people. Happy people attract, they feel like you get around them and they're so open, right? And then stay open to new things and you will never stagnate. You know, the Three of Cups and the Six of Swords, I don't think you're stagnating. You're keeping on going. You might not be going real fast in your direction, but you know where you're going. And I think by the end of the week, you're not only celebrating that with friends, that direction that you're going, and I do feel like this is going to be some kind of news, some kind of path that you're excited about. And it's funny, it doesn't even have to be anything real formal. Maybe at the beginning of the week you decide, oh, I'm going to write a novel. And you start working on it, and then at the end of the week you tell your friends, hey, I wrote 3 chapters, and they're all like, way to go, you know? And you feel like you're moving. You feel like you're moving, you're not stagnating, right? So, wow, guys, I love this deck. It's a new deck, but I feel like you're really going to have a beautiful week. And gosh, guys, I'm telling you, that stone imagery, I think you picked this pile for a reason. I really think you did. Ooh. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry as I dropped my stone. Oh, it's okay. It's all right. We're all right. I got excited. Sorry, guys. As you can see, I was a little hyper with this read. I hope you don't mind. But, and it's okay. I didn't even chip it. We're good. It's my first stone. And I knock my stone around. But, wow, guys. But, yeah, that's a really beautiful read. And both messages. I know we picked, we chose some additional cards. But, wow, that's really cool. But, wow, guys. So, I hope you enjoyed. I got a real kick out of that. If you do have a chance to enjoy your Father's Day, if you are a father or, you know, your father, your grandfather, if you are a patriarch to someone, if you have been, a father to someone in your life, happy Father's Day and happy Music Day. If you get a chance to turn on the radio or, kind of reflect on the lyrics that speak to you, I hope you get an opportunity to do that. Please feel free to stop back by on Tuesday. We are going to do the How to Tarot, and this week we are talking about the wonderful Three of Pentacles. So I hope you can join me then, and I'll catch you later. Bye.